It is 7:36 in the morning. Rex, a man in his late 30s, turned on his television, and it was the same news story as it had been for weeks now. The trial of Penn Kinders droned on, and there felt as if there was never going to be an end to it. Rex didn't care if he had opened the blade or not, because he had real problems to deal with. But still he couldn't believe what a mess it had made in Antica all the same. And now it was all these kingdom dwellers could talk about. "Do you think this kid did it?" Marion asked him as she walked out of the bathroom in a deep red robe. Rex took his gaze off the screen into her with a smile. "I don't know. It does seem kind of strange that thousands of generations of Blade Guardians happen. This nobody kid gets it, and then the world comes to an end. Or nearly anyway," Rex replied to his wife with a shrug. "But it all turned out all right. The world is still spinning and everything is almost as it was before the disaster. It seems to me that everything turned out great." He finished and took his brown coffee cup out of the cupboard and set it on the counter. "Well, you were venturing in the outside, hunting as usual. Of course you didn't worry about it. The Northern Kingdom was a real mess for a while. We couldn't keep our eyes off the news." Marion replied to him, and he got a cup for her too and poured them both a cup. "It was insane. We all thought the world really was going to end," she said, shaking her head, still getting the chills. Rex poured his coffee and turned around just in time to see Penn on the television, surrounded by media people and royal guards holding them back. He looked tired on the inside and out, despite wearing a nice suit for court. "Look at that kid. He's practically a noodle. No way he could pull one of the blades out. Aren't they supposed to be locked anyway? Ha! He didn't do it. He's just easy to blame. I'm really sure one of the knights did it. Likely that crazy giantess knight. I mean, her name is Miss Antigone. That's a ridiculous name," Rex said, and got hit in the face with a wet rag and nearly spilled his still hot coffee. "Did you forget that I am half giant? You need to watch what you say. We're not crazy," she said, and glared at him with her purple eyes that seemed to burn from the angle he was looking at her. Rex pulled the rag off and couldn't help but laugh just a little. "Okay, you're only just a little bit crazy," he said with a smile, and she crossed her arms. "I think everyone is a little bit crazy." She finally agreed with him and turned back to the television and couldn't watch it anymore. She turned the channel to one of her favorite cooking shows. "Oh, look, Valentia's on. She's making squid. I think it's squid," Marion said, and crinkled her nose to this. She hated seafood and always wondered why she lived on the borderlands of the Alraxian kingdom. They loved seafood so much one would think that was all they ever ate. "But she's pretty hot. I see why you like this show," Rex replied and sipped his coffee. "You're seriously pushing your luck. Any more of that and I won't make your cream puffs the way you like them anymore," she replied, and Rex's eyes widened. There was no way he was going to risk that. "I understand. You win," he said, raised his free hand in surrender. He knew better than to continue. She smiled with a nod. "I thought so." She smiled and considered actually making some for breakfast in a little bit. Rex looked out the window. The sun was just starting to come up over the horizon. The Western Kingdom was always the last to get the sun, but he didn't mind that at all. Everywhere but the Morglands, where the sun never really got over the horizon, and the unfortunate ones existed.